Conclusion inevitable.
It was a jump to conclusions, Matt.
My conclusion was that this idea was not a practical deterrent.
My only conclusion can be that it was a Sith Lord.
In conclusion.
Hello there, folks. Welcome back to In Conclusion, the only movie podcast hosted by two hotties with the worst haircuts you've ever seen in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I am Dan O'Keefe, and joining me as always is Anna Otto. Anna, how are you?
Dan, I didn't talk about this before we got ready because I, wanted to save it for the fans.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an influencer. I received a package in the mail from a mac and cheese company after I sent them a save the date. Thank you for the like on my TikTok, by the way. I saw it. I was like, thank you, Dan. Yeah, did you guys do that when you were getting married?
We sent it to a couple companies. We didn't get anything back.
Oh.
It was mostly, we sent it to, like, Chicago sports teams.
Yeah.
And I don't think that I sent it to the right people, like the right offices there.
It's kind of a shot in the
Or
dark.
I didn't, like, tweet at them when we did it, too.
Oh. Do you think I should have tweeted at them, the other companies?
It depends.
Okay. Well, I now am the proud owner of 4 boxes of mac and cheese and a couple stickers.
And that's as a result of your royal engagement.
Oh, period. It was the most exciting day of my life. My mom was over. We screamed. Gage and Jester were upstairs taking a nap, and we screamed so loud that Jester ran down the stairs, and Gage was still asleep. He thought we were under attack because I was literally screaming bloody murder. You know when you're taking a nap and you wake up and your eyes are all bloodshot and red because you were, like, just passed out? Yeah, that's what we were working with. So,
oh, my gosh. Wow.
I took Gage from a deep slumber.
It took him 20 more minutes to actually wake up. He just came downstairs with like a lacrosse stick in his hand.
I was covered in mac and cheese. He was like, what? I was like, look at this. And then, literally. How about you, Dan? What are you up to?
I'm good. I think I told you this last week, but my triathlon club is doing a summer challenge where you get a prize if you run the most miles. I'm currently in the lead.
Okay,
for most
slay.
run miles.
How many miles
Barely.
you at?
Since June 25th, it is currently July 9th.
It's the 9th, yeah.
I have run 70 miles
Slay.
in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm competing against people who run much faster than I do, so they get their miles completed much quicker than me.
Hey, in comparison to me, I've only run 4 miles in the past week, 2 weeks, I think. So you're doing great. Thank you, Dan. Thank you for that. I needed that.
I also, another good thing, I do a bi-weekly sketch show, and I did a character performance of the fifth dentist. So you know how in
that
old
doesn't approve?
toothpaste... Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, 4 out of 5 dentists recommend. Yes.
And I improvised it. It went over like gangbusters.
Oh my God, I'd love to hear a snippet
I'll
sometime.
post the video on social media because Anna recorded the whole thing.
Of course. She's so supportive, and I love her so much.
Incredible.
I love her.
Me too. Mm-hmm. Oh, and she loves you. She wanted me to tell you that.
Oh, thank you. Tell her that we have our napkins printing, and my mom and I were gushing over how cute they are, and then I showed my mom a picture of Anna from her website. She's like, God, she's gorgeous. I said, I know. So that's what we were up to this weekend.
Well, speaking of weddings...
Yes.
You know what else is a wedding?
No, it does. Well, yes, it does.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know why I just lied to you. You're right. I lied to you. I just lied.
It doesn't go through with it, but...
No. Somebody else gets married.
That's true. Mm-hmm. But they have a shotgun wedding at a full wedding.
It can't be a shotgun wedding if nobody's pregnant. They just elope.
Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, an elopement. Anyway, the movie they're talking about today is The Princess Diaries 2, Royal Engagement.
Dan, I love this movie. I definitely watched this movie more than the original growing up because I was quoting it. Girl, I was quoting each line. It was rough. I sang the whole song. Huh?
I had more memories of this because of the commercials that they would play on Disney Channel for it. So I remembered specific bits when they popped up in the movie. I was like, oh, they played that during the trailers all the time.
Can I give you a really weird deep cut?
Yes.
Are you familiar with an extremely goofy movie? Gage is somewhere shaking his head, screaming, crying, throwing up that I'm mentioning this right now.
Yeah, what's the name of the boy band?
No.
Like Power. Is that the first
Powerline
one?
is the other one. This is an extremely goofy movie where where Max
Where he's
is
in the X
college.
Games.
And he's in the X Games, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Bradley Uppercrust the Third?
Yes.
I think he looks like Chris Pine, and I find them both to be incredibly sexy.
100%.
They're both hot. And you know what makes this worse? Lately on my TikTok, I've been getting gay edits of Max Goof and Bradley Uppercrust III over Good Luck Babe by Chappell Roan. And I just look at these drawings and I'm like, who's doing this? But also, I love it.
You built your For You page brick by brick.
Brick by Max
Bricked
Goof
up by
edit
bricked
by
up.
Max Goof edit. I showed these to some of my theater friends and they were horrified.
You should show it to your coworkers.
I think I should show it to my therapist before I show it to anyone else.
I think you should show it to your boss unprompted.
I think she'd go, that makes sense. No, they don't call me a Disney adult again.
Yes,
it's not
they
like
would.
inappropriate. It's just like them holding hands and hugging each other, sometimes a kiss. They're not like doing anything bad.
No, I know, but it's weird that you continue to watch them and they show up with relative frequency.
I eat them up like they're cake.
Okay. Enough cake.
Bradley Uppercrust III.
Princess Diaries 2. Once again directed by Gary Marshall. This time written by a little woman you may have heard about, Shonda Rhimes.
Period. No wonder it's Slade.
Hot off writing Crossroads. The Britney Spears movie.
Oh my goodness. Is it like
Starring.
Not Yet a Woman?
Yeah. I'm
not
a girl.
Yeah, not a girl, not yet a woman.
Yet a woman.
Yeah. That takes me back.
Starring Anne Hathaway, Heather Matazzaro, John Rhys Davies, Hector Elizondo, Julie Andrews, and introducing in his film debut, Chris Pine.
You're kidding.
100%.
Oh, the way he ate, licked the plate clean, left no crumbs. He
Chris Pine's
was...
first movie.
Oh, and to think he would go on to do so many beautiful things, except for that scene in Star Trek where somebody stabs him in the neck with a needle that lives rent-free in my mind. I think about it all the time, and it was horrible.
This was his first movie. He had a couple of TV roles the year before in ER, The Guardian, and CSI Miami.
Yeah, that reads. That's where we all start.
And then in 2004, he was in a short film called Why Germany? And then this. And then two movies that don't have Wikipedia pages in 2005. And then in 2006, he was in Just My Luck with Lindsay Lohan.
Yes, with the wink for our listeners. I was posing.
Blind Dating.
I don't know that one.
Don't know that one. Smoking Aces. Again, don't know this one. And then 2008, he was in Bottle Shock. And then 2009, he was in Star Trek. So not many roles before popping off.
Yeah, I mean...
Good for him.
know, good for him. And then he was in that Guardians movie where he plays Jack Frost, a family favorite in our house.
Yeah, Rise of the Guardians.
Yes, we watch it at Christmas time. Very cute.
Now, what
Very
I think is
sad.
funny, right around the same time as Rise of the Guardians, there was that Owl movie.
Guardians of Ga'Hoole. It's based on
Yeah.
a book. I read
They
those
came out like
books.
right around the same time. And the
Yeah.
trailer for Legend of the Guardians, The Owls of Ga'Hoole is what the movie is called.
Oh my
used
God.
Closer to the Edge by 30 Seconds to Mars in it.
Stop.
It was so weird.
See, I feel like it's very telling because when I was little, all the girls were reading the Warrior Cats books, but my ass was reading Guardians of Ga'Hoole, the owl books. Do with that what you will. I feel like that's very telling, informative to who I am as a person.
Also, briefly starring Tom Poston, who I only bring up because he was on Newhart in the 80s, and he was a panelist on I've Got a Secret for,
You know who? Oh,
or sorry, To Tell the Truth.
You know who else briefly starred in this movie? Prince
Breslins?
William's hair. Oh,
And Prince William, yeah.
just
The
his
top
hair.
of Prince William's head.
I literally screamed when he popped on the screen because that's not what that man looks like now.
I mean, Chris Pine's whole character is just supposed to be Prince William.
God, Chris Pine, he's a whole meal. Those baby
Even though-
blues were meant for the screen.
His hair is horrendous in this movie.
Yeah,
It's
but that's not his
terrible.
fault, okay? His
No, it's not
eyes
his fault.
did
It's
all the work.
terrible, though.
Gage said he's like, ooh, he aged like a fine wine, thank God.
Cinematography by Charles Minsky. Again.
Devoured.
Music once again by John Debney. Released on August 11th, 2004. With a budget of $45 million. It made $134.7 million at the box office. I'm looking at notable events that happened on August 11th, 2004.
It was a couple days before my birthday.
That's true, but nothing big happened.
That's okay. That's because usually around my birthday they like to keep the schedule clear, you know.
The governor of New Jersey resigned the next day.
Ooh, drama.
And that's about it. On Rotten Tomatoes, Princess Diaries 2 has a 26% approval rating.
Those people are all idiots, and I'm talking about the other 49. Wait, just kidding. Math is really hard. 74%. They can all... Wait, I'm not accounting for something. 76%. They can all eat it. Wait. Okay, you know what? You get what I'm trying to say. Math is really hard for me. I'm not stupid. I'm just bad at math.
Anne Hathaway and Julie Andrews bring charm and elegance to the movie, but that's not enough material for them to work with in this sequel.
I don't know what they're talking about because this I thought was very timely. And also, miracles happen once in a while, okay? So
But that's from the first movie.
I don't even care.
This is your crowning
what?
glory.
Yeah, and this song hits. Raven, Slade.
There's one other song from the soundtrack that...
Is it?
Pro-
I'm
is-
Supergirl. Right? Isn't that one of those?
That is. But there's one other song from the soundtrack that has outlived the movie.
Uh-huh. Oh, excuse me. Big yawn.
Do you know what song it is?
I can't remember.
Breakaway by
Oh,
Kelly
duh.
Clarkson.
I should have remembered because I was skrelting it last night in my basement.
It was written for Avril Lavigne's first album,
Really? Crazy.
passed on, given to Kelly Clarkson to record for the movie.
Oh, I didn't know that. I used to love
Yeah.
that song. I'd sing it all the time. I loved that song.
And then it was the title of Kelly Clarkson's second album,
Okay, slay, Kelly.
right?
I love that song.
That's so... I just realized that. That is wild that a song written for the soundtrack of a... Not written for the soundtrack of a movie, put on the soundtrack of a movie, written for somebody else, was then the title of an album released 2 years after the song came out.
That is crazy, but I feel like it's one of her songs. Like, that's one of her songs you know her for. Since You've Been Gone, probably Miss Independent, but those are the ones that I think
A
people know.
moment like this.
I would never think that one.
My life would suck without you.
What was the song? Behind These Hazel Eyes. Is that the song? Behind These Hazel Eyes. Yeah,
Underneath the Tree.
that's a Christmas song.
Underneath the tree.
Yep.
That's how it goes.
Yeah. Oh, Kelly.
Merry Christmas. Do you remember the first time you watched this movie?
No, because it's been omnipresent in my life, just as
Yeah.
most women my age would probably attest to.
I mean, I agree. I don't know the first time I saw it. Again, kind of like the first one, I don't know if I had ever seen it front to back like I did this time.
Oh
I had
God.
Well, it had been on TV all the time, so I would just see it in clips.
I suppose. I watched it front to back, inside and outside. It was everything.
And it still hits for you.
Oh, Dan, it was like a sprint down memory lane.
Okay. Sprint is an interesting word.
Yeah. Because I was enjoying
I
myself, and in the blink of an eye, it was over.
did not have the same experience as you.
Oh, because you're a party pooper.
This movie's
Woman
30 to
hater,
40 minutes
Dan
too
O'Keefe.
long.
Woman hater.
I love women. Women are in my top 2 genders.
Dan. Carry on. Oh, Lord.
Actually, I think I need to adjust that now. Women are in my top 10 genders.
Thank you. Yeah. No, women are cool. As one myself.
Anna and I watched this together yesterday, and at a point I turned to her when John Rhys Davies was having a scene with Chris Pine.
Please,
and I was like,
Gimli.
it is a good thing that they got genuinely good actors in this movie, because without them, this would be horrible.
You know, Gage and I were saying how the whole movie could have been avoided if they just, suggested that Chris Pine and Anne Hathaway go on a date to begin with.
Right?
But they were all dumb. But such is the classic enemies to lovers trope, you know what I mean? Like, anything's
Even though
possible.
they're not enemies.
Like, if he walked in the door when she was like, oh, he's trying to steal the throne, and he walks in the door and it's him, she's like, oh my God, wait, I'll go on a date with him, and if it works, we'll just get married, I guess.
That's it.
And
Easy.
that's it. That should have been the plot. Happily ever after, because she's a princess, the end. But instead, it chose to be timely, which I will appreciate. But, I'm just saying, for the world of romance where anything is possible.
I mean, there was also the issue that the prince that she got partnered up with, who she was
a
supposed
stick
to
in
date.
the mud?
No, it's that he was perfectly fine. We had
He
no
was just-
reason to hate him.
No, he was a normal dude. He seemed very nice. I just
Yeah.
think... And I remember thinking that when I was little. I was like, well, he's handsome and he's really nice. Why doesn't she like him?
And he dresses so much better.
He does. He's kind of shaped like a pool cue, but he's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like a stick,
Yeah, I was trying to think of something more colorful than a stick. Not literally colorful, but like
a branch.
more flavorful word.
Let's get into the plot.
Let's do it to it.
So we are set 5 years after the first movie. Mia
Which
Thermopolis.
is crazy because you should not be graduating college 5 years after you were 16 years old, but whatever.
Hey, I graduated college 5 years after I was 16 years old.
Oh. Did I?
No, you were in college for like 8 years.
That's right. I'm still in college.
Yeah.
How could I forget?
Mia Thermopolis, Princess Mia, is graduating from Princeton University.
Wait, is that where she went?
Mm-hmm.
What was all that other stuff? Was that just in like how ours was the Dietrich College of Communications?
The Woodrow Wilson School of International Affairs.
I'm such an idiot. I didn't realize that she went to Princeton. Was it on the screen? Because I definitely wasn't looking if that's the case.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, maybe I'm just stupid. Again,
It was also
see...
it wasn't filmed at Princeton either.
Okay, well, circle back to I'm not stupid. I just don't know things sometimes.
So she is graduating from college. She's leaving her friends at college, who we meet for about 3 seconds.
I've never seen those people in my life.
And we never see him again. And then returning to her kingdom of Genovia, which looks suspiciously like a combination of the Huntington Gardens in Pasadena and the Universal Studios backlot.
I have a question. Is Genovia supposed to be like a combination of French and Italian heritage?
French and Parisian.
I was going to say that. I meant French and Italian because I could not for the life of me. It sounded like they were speaking in Italian, but some of them have French accents, but some of them have American accents. So I just had a lot of questions.
I
Some
think
of them
it's
are
supposed
British.
to be, like, geographically wise, it's supposed to be like, kind of like Andorra, like a tiny country in between probably France and Italy, or
So it's
like
just
around
like a
Switzerland
mescla.
or Slovenia or something.
Yeah. A mescla.
I'd like to imagine that for some reason Genovians sound like that, despite being placed between like
Germany and
no,
Poland. Oh.
like Finland and Russia.
Ooh, spicy.
Like, they should all have Russian-style accents, but it's just none of that came through.
Interesting. I love that. Maybe they were just like a bunch of, I don't know. I just like to think people just showed up and they were like, yeah, okay, let's form a country. So they did, and that's what happened. And so everybody has a different accent because it's all the original people still, because her grandpa was actually the first king.
Yeah, but they have 300-year-old traditions in Genovia.
They made that up.
Yeah, probably. My big issue, like I mentioned this in the first movie, countries that celebrate an Independence Day do not have a monarchy.
I'm not unboxing that today.
Unbuckle that.
Yeah, I'm not going to
Unbuckle that and get in an
I'm
accident.
going to keep it safe in my car. Obeying the law.
So Queen Clarice is going to abdicate the throne
Yes.
so that Mia can become queen. So on her 21st birthday, instead of getting rip-roaring drunk like most of us do.
No comment. I was sober.
What did I do on my 21st birthday? I was inebriated.
Oh, yeah. I hosted a bar crawl in my own honor.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. I'm not going to lie.
So she has to dance with all the eligible bachelors.
Yeah,
Like
this part's kind of fun.
Like an Aladdin situation where all the suitors come to the castle to dance with her.
That happens in Aladdin?
And that's why he comes. Like, all those princes have their
It's been a
parades
minute since I
down.
watched that. I got to be honest with you.
Will Smith's in it.
Oh, I wasn't talking about, I was talking about the
I know,
cartoon
I wasn't
one.
either.
Okay.
So, these princes, they're all various shades of awkward or weird or just not a fit with Mia.
Or too young, because one of them's 12, played by Spencer
one of them is Spencer
Breslin,
Breslin.
the king of Disney Channel at that time.
The king of Disney as a whole.
Yeah, that's true. I should have watched my tongue. He and Abigail ruled over Disney with an iron fist.
Future Academy Award nominee, Abigail Breslin. Please
What was
and
she
thank
nominated
you.
for? Little Miss
Little Miss Sunshine.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Best actress. Supporting actress. She should have been best actress, though.
Oh, well.
They're afraid of
child.
nominating children for best actor.
That's why
or
Leo
actress.
didn't get an award for What's Eating Gilbert Grape, right?
Yeah, and that's why Haley Steinfeld wasn't nominated for best
Yep.
actress.
Yep.
Timothy Hutton won best supporting actor despite being the lead of Ordinary People.
Brutal.
They're afraid.
Afraid of children.
Yeah. So at this 21st birthday party, the one man that she does meet that she is interested in is Nicholas, played
That's
by
so
Chris
shady.
Pine.
Say your last name, coward. That's what I would
What's your name? Nicholas Nickleby? No.
Say your last name, you coward. That's me when I was on dating apps.
Have you ever seen the Andy Griffith Show? My last name's kind of like that. Your name is Nicholas Barney Fife?
Yes.
Yes. And they have the hots for each other immediately.
Oh my god, they're both beautiful people. Of course they do.
Yeah, two hot people should fall in love.
You're right. Hots together only. That's why you and Anna are together. You're
And
both beautiful on the eyes.
wow, thank you.
You're welcome. I just
second,
feel
let me
complimentary
put
to
my hair
friends
down.
today. Oh, Dan, please no. I take it back. I take it back.
Vindicated.
Oh my lord.
You can't see that, but I just gave myself emo hair briefly, and when
It's
I
a
do,
little scary.
I am selfish. I am wrong.
Dan's afraid of compliments from his homies.
I'm afraid of compliments and sentence.
No. Oh, okay.
So we're okay. As if you're not. Do you not feel guilty when you get complimented?
No, I eat that crap up. Like,
Oh,
that's me licking the plate.
it's a combination of I feel super guilty when I get complimented as a Catholic reasons.
Oh, Dan.
And then
Pull up to your
also,
therapist.
I can't take. I my head gets too big when people compliment me.
That I
Take it
know.
all in.
When I compliment you, sometimes I hear it come out of my mouth. I'm like, it's too late. It's gone now. Did I experience that just now? Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
So that's why never compliment me, but please do.
Dan. Okay.
So Mia's tiara falls off during the dancing, and
Brutal.
it gets caught by Viscount Mabry, played by Gimli.
Gimli, who I thought was a jolly little like gnome, but he's not, and I was sad. Dwarf.
He's also-
Sorry, my bad.
He's like 6 feet tall.
No, I know, but Gimli.
John Rhys Davies is even bigger than that. He's like 6'3".
Yeah, Gage said he's really big, but Gimli's small.
Yes. Well, John Rhys Davies is also in Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm.
And in this, he looks like a elderly Pokemon evolution of Jeremy Irons.
I can see it. I also think maybe I was thinking of his Indiana Jones character when I was saying, no, I swear Gimli is jolly. Like, I think that's what I was thinking of.
You're thinking of
'Cause-
Sala.
Yeah, because Gimli is not jolly. Let's be so for real.
So the next morning, Mia is sneaking through the castle. There is a parliamentary session going on. The back alleyways, or the secret passageways of this castle, are the cheapest looking thing in the world.
Yeah, it kind of looked like the line queue for when you go on the Mummy ride at Universal.
It looked like that. I have a story about that.
Oh, okay.
So, Revenge of the Mummy, the ride,
Mm-hmm.
opened in 2004 in Universal, Florida.
Okay. I've only
my
been on the one in
dad
California.
worked for a company that was invested in Universal. So, we got to go to the opening of the
You got
ride,
to
like
sample
the
the ride.
opening party for the ride.
OMG, was Brendan Fraser there?
I don't remember. I was 6.
Can you try?
No, because I was so terrified of it.
Oh,
I didn't ride it. I was
Dan.
6 years old.
That's fair. It's a little intense. Even when I was in high school, so I went down the one in California, and it's got a lot of digital aspects, but there's
Yeah.
one part where the mummy's sending you back, and there's supposed to be scarabs that run all over the place, and they have wind that blows on your ankles, so it feels like they're skittering on you. That part scared the shit out of me, and I remember one of my friends knew it was coming, and I was sitting next to him, and he's like, put your feet forward, but it's hard because the ride's moving backwards. Oh my god, memories.
Well, also, my fear of ghosts is known.
Oh yeah,
And the
I guess-
mummy reminded me of a ghost, and that's why I was scared even more.
Well, mummies and ghosts are both supernatural, so that makes sense.
And then the next day, we went to the park as normal, and I just spent so much time at the Curious George water playground. I was having
Oh.
a time of my life. I remember
That's
that.
good.
I remember both of
Yeah.
these things.
Universal Florida's cool. I've only been there one time.
It's fun.
It
I
was
haven't
mid.
been to the Hollywood one, even though
It was cool.
I've been to City Walk.
Yeah, I loved. I mean, they were both cool parks. I just am. I'm down bad for Disney. I'll say it. I hate to say it, but I am.
You were worried that your coworkers would call you a Disney
No,
adult,
Dan,
and you just
bite your
said, "I'm
tongue."
down bad for Disney."
Here's the thing: the food is 100 times better at Disney, and I like the rides better because they're not as intense.
Mhm.
So I don't feel like I'm gonna vomitos after everyone. But I did love the Spider-Man ride at Universal. That was really fun.
Spider-Man is
didn't-
really fun. Spider-Man's my favorite
Yeah.
ride there.
The Harry Potter rides are way too intense for me.
Have
Way
you
too
been on
intense.
Rise of the Resistance?
Not yet, but I'm
It's
desperate
really
to go to
fun.
Florida. I'm desperate, Dan. I want to go
I
on
just want
vacation
you
so bad.
to remove the context from the sentence and say,
That-
"I'm desperate to
I'm
go
not
to
saying-
Florida."
I'm not. That's trashy. I'm not going to say that.
You're Ron desperate to go to Florida.
No.
Ron Desperate Santis.
No! I just want to visit. I don't even want to touch anything that he has power over. So I'm just going to dip my toe into Florida, into Disney World, and then I'm going to leave.
As a Disney adult, how do you
Nope.
feel about the YouTube channel Defunct Land?
Oh, I actually really like Defunctland.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I figured.
Mm-hmm.
Princess Diaries 2. Mia is listening through a grate where the parliament is meeting, and it's all a bunch of old dudes. Man,
Boo.
it's
Those
so
crusty
unrealistic.
wigs.
A government run by a bunch of old men.
I told you this was timely, did I not?
So, Viscount Mabry says that his nephew, Lord Devereux, is the next male heir to the throne, and he will take the crown if Mia is not married by the time that she becomes queen.
This is some tomfoolery. I would never. I would have been like, well, it was a good run, I guess.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But who is Lord Devereux?
Who is he? We'll never know.
Who is he? Is he related to that mouse?
Despero?
Yeah. You know, played by Matthew Broderick.
Is he really who played him? I never saw a movie, but I read the book.
I'm pretty sure that's who voices him.
I know Emma Watson was in that movie too.
Matthew Broderick, didn't he also voice the Lion King?
Yep. He was older Simba and Jonathan Taylor Thomas was younger Simba, but they didn't sing their parts. The parts were both sung by other people.
Ah, that's like how Aladdin wasn't sung by Aladdin.
Neither was Jasmine, I believe, because that's Lisa Longna. Oh, maybe she did talk her part too.
You sound like a New Yorker pronouncing an Italian word saying her name.
How am I supposed to say it?
What's her name?
I'm scared now.
Did
I say it wrong?
It sounded like you said Laslogna.
Oh, no.
Yeah, just give me like 10 pounds of Laslogna.
Oh my god, no.
Laslogna. Put it with the gabagool.
Her name is? Yeah, Leah Salonga.
Leah Salong. Okay, there was no pause there, so it just came off like a
I got
sausage.
so scared. I was like, did I say the wrong name?
You just said a slur.
That's Jasmine.
Just a hard slur.
No, I would never. Not against Leah.
So, Lily
Not against
comes
anyone,
back.
for the record. Anyway.
Lily comes back to Genovia.
That closet that
surprises her
she's
with a
hiding in
visit.
is just beautiful. I would love to.
Yeah,
have one.
we get a walkthrough of Mia's walk-in closet, and she says, "Oh, I live at the mall."
Yes, I love it. Wish it was me.
It does seem like a remote-controlled closet is such a hassle.
Yeah, I'd rather just have a regular closet. I don't want to have to remember all these combinations, especially if I'm running late. Like, what's the shoe combination? I don't have anything because all my shoes are hidden. Hard.
So they look through a bunch of potential husbands, including Prince William.
And his hair.
Prince William's full head of hair.
That was a jump scare for real. He looked so young. I was shook.
There's a reason he looked so young.
Because he was so young.
Yeah.
And they're all thirsting over him. I was like, what? I was looking around.
Prince William was a teen heartthrob.
I was a Prince Harry girl. I thought he was way cuter.
Yeah, so was my grandma.
The one that's friends with Bon Jovi.
I told you that ever since I was growing up, she was like, "You look like Prince Harry."
Oh, okay, slay, Dan. I don't agree, but I say take it as a compliment.
Oh, I've gotten that. I was at Target one day.
You gotten
and
that
I was
before?
wearing like a black quarter zip, and a woman came up to me and she was like, "I'm sorry, you just look so much like Prince Harry."
Dan, I love you. I cannot see it. I'm sorry. I don't see it at all. Like,
my hair is too long right now, and
no,
I don't
just
have
don't
a beard.
see it. I just don't see it. I'm sorry.
You know, okay, tell that to my grandma.
Get
Go
her
to
on
New
the phone.
Jersey and tell her. Go to Princeton and tell her.
Hey, New Jersey grandma. We met, but you don't remember me. I'm sure it's okay.
Why would I mean this in the most kind way? Why would she?
No, I get it. I understand. I don't think I could pick her out off the street. So
Yeah. So Mia does pick somebody.
off the street.
Andrew Jacoby. However you want to pronounce it.
I said Jacoby too, and Gage bullied me. He said it's Jacoby, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. We won a war. We can call it Jacoby.
Yeah, I'll poop on them for that pronunciation. This is America. I'ma say it how I want.
He is the Duke of Kenilworth.
He's so skinny a wind could blow him away, but he's not ugly, and he seems really nice.
No, he is perfectly nice. He's very he's courteous, kind. He's a little stuffy.
Yeah,
he's definitely
but-
upper crust, but
Bradley Uppercrust the Third.
but he's perfectly fine.
Yeah,
I think we're supposed to think that he's like, oh my God, what's this guy? But like,
in
no,
real
he's not
life,
like, he's
just a
fine.
nice dude. Like, if I met him just in life, if I met a dude like that, yeah, I think he's a little stiff, but I don't think I'd dislike him. I just be like, oh, he's kind of a nerd. That's all.
Yeah. So like, if I'm supposed to hate him, make him like Cal from Titanic.
Yeah, make him mean. Billy Zane ate in that role. Shout out King.
Imagine Billy Zane in this.
As Prince Andrew? Or as
Yeah.
Lord Andrew?
As anyone.
I think he would have ate. I think he would have ate.
I think he would have too.
Mm-hmm.
So they get engaged. He proposes to her with his
The fourth
grandmother's
day.
great grandmother's like engagement ring, who just died.
That thing was a
Pretty
rock.
ring.
It was a beautiful ring. I saw it. It was giving the shing like that shiny.
They go on a bunch of dates. They go for a walk on the beach
With his family.
with his family. Her hat flies off, and he tells her, "Don't chase after a hat. A princess doesn't chase after a hat."
I said, girl, I'm going to chase after what I want. But
Yeah,
I
I do think-
if... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. My point's less important.
I was going to say... Thank you, Dan. I was going to say, I feel like if this was real life, they probably would have like worked out really well if they actually had met on the street and were just like actually liking each other. I think they could have made it work.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say the Genovian coastline is very interesting because it looks exactly like Zuma Beach or
Oh my
Point Doom.
God. Crazy.
It's wild. Genovia's got that Pasadena look to it.
Mm-hmm. The Rocky. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the rocky. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It kind of looked like I had a lot of rocks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a big rock. So Chris Pine and John Rhys Davies, they come up with a plan to seduce Mia.
I
so
don't
that
even know
engagement
that I
will
would
fail.
say that Chris Pine's really coming up with the plan. I think he's
That's
just
true.
there. He's
He's
just
riding along with
vibing.
it.
Yeah. He's like,
Big
sure,
himbo.
uncle. Mm-hmm.
What up, Unk?
Literally.
So then they try to get Joe and Clarice, going back to the first movie. Joe's trying to be like, let's take our relationship public. We're
Classic.
good. We're good.
He wants to
Wonder if that'll come up
hard
in the
launch. Maybe.
end. So they're at the Genovian Independence Day celebration.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. This is before the Genovian Independence Day celebration. Mia has to ride a horse. She
Oh,
has
God.
to ride side saddle.
Traumatizing. This is traumatizing. I really thought riding side saddle on a horse was going to come up more frequently in my life.
So she's supposed to ride side saddle because that is the ancestral way that they do it at this ceremony. So she doesn't know how to. Clarice gives her a decoy leg that makes it look like she's
Classic.
riding side saddle.
Classic.
But the Viscount spooks the horse with a rubber snake, as one is wont to do,
Gay should have been scared.
which makes the wooden leg get torn off, and Mia gets humiliated.
I would have been screaming, crying, throwing up.
She goes to the stables. Who follows her to the stables? Uh-oh, Chris Pine.
Yo, okay, I just gotta say, I read a book a while back where a really steamy scene happened in a stable like that.
Uh-huh.
And so I was watching this, I was like, I know it's not gonna happen, but hear me out. In the adult version, what if it does? What if they make out in here? They hook
What
up.
was the book called?
It was Red, White, and Royal Blue, okay?
Of course it
I'll
was.
come clean right now. It was Red, White, and Royal Blue, a sensational piece. Everyone read it. It's a little saucy, so if you're, I'd say 18 and up, but still just a delicious book.
I was hoping the book would be called like Whorzing Around.
No. It was just one scene because it's the Prince of England. He's playing polo, and they hook up in the stable after a polo match.
Mm-hmm.
Spoilers.
I'm not going to watch it, and I'm not going to read it.
Dan, you're robbing yourself of culture, but okay.
Yeah. I'm fine with that.
Fine, continue with your your retelling of the story, I guess.
So, then there's a garden party, and Mia and Nicholas fight about it. He's like, you don't actually love Andrew? And she's like, Yeah.
And
So, and then they kiss. He kisses her. She kisses back initially and then pulls away. She's like, "Stop.
listen,
You do
this
not
is one
kiss
of
an
those
engaged
times.
woman."
Yes, this is one of those times where, since it's fiction, I'll allow cheating. But if it
Mm-hmm.
was real life, I'd be mad. If that was my friend, I'd be like, oh, "You're messy. Go break up with Andrew right now." But since it's in a book, I'm like, "Oh," or in a movie, I'm like,
Cheat away,
"Yes."
queen.
I'm like, cheat, girl. My morals are thrown to the wayside when it's fiction. Okay.
I will say, at a point in the movie, Anna was like, when they're standing super close together in the closet or in the pantry,
I'm
Anna
leaning
turned
in,
to me
yes.
and she was like, "Why are they standing so close?" And I just yelled, "It's a movie!"
In the world of fiction, it's acceptable, okay?
Yeah.
You gotta let some of your morals go. I would never stand that close to a man if it was real life. But in a movie, all bets are off.
She
okay?
wasn't questioning why this country exists.
Yeah. I told Gage though that my biggest issue was that their number one export was pears, so everything was pear flavored, and pear is my least favorite fruit. So I think I'd be fighting for my life.
What if it was tomato flavored?
Oh, hell yeah. I'm pulling up. I'm bringing bags to bring crap home. I
You're
love
just gonna be
tomatoes.
drinking V8s left and right.
No. You get off the plane, a Bloody Mary's in your hand. That's kind of what it's like in Wisconsin, though.
Clamato.
So literally. Oh! That's kind of what it's like when you arrive in Wisconsin, though, so it's fine.
That's true. You get a choice between a Bloody Mary, a Spotted Cow, or an Old Fashioned.
Yes.
So they fall into a fountain.
Iconic scene.
They're wet for each other.
Oh!
Am I wrong?
No, they're so hot and heavy for each other. They're down bad, but there's nothing
And then-
I can do.
Clarice sees and she's like, "You must stop this nuisancery.
Yeah, she's like, stop. No, don't do it.
Don't stop.
Don't.
No, don't
You're
get older. You're so
embarrassing.
sexy."
Don't turn 25.
And then it's time for the Genovian Independence Day parade, where
The spark's
Mia
great.
sees a bunch of orphans harassing another orphan.
Classic orphans.
She stops the parade. She has them all get tiaras, has them walk in the parade. Everyone's
break away.
impressed.
My ass was crying. I had
They
chills.
spread their
I'm
wings.
embarrassed.
They learn how to
admit.
fly.
I had literal chills. I was so embarrassed. I had to hide
I
my
was
chills.
rolling my entire body.
I hid my chills from Gage.
Also earlier or later, I'm trying to remember, they have this scene where the townspeople all come to tell the queen their problems.
Yes, with the chickens and stuff.
Yeah. It felt so gross.
It felt like another old tradition that should have been canceled long ago. Like, we're not robbing the serfs of their chickens anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
here
I
are
can
all
just
these,
pull up to a grocery store. It's fine.
Here are all these impoverished, I assume, farmers, rural people coming to genuflect and lay prostrate at the feet of the queen just so they can get told, "We'll look into it.
It's
Now give
just-
us your
yeah.
basket of pears."
Oh my god,
Or
it's
your
just
chicken.
giving 1482 serfs, peasants, nobles, and peasants. That's an Otto family reference. I don't know why I just said it. My parents went to their honeymoon in France, and somebody was giving them a tour, but they kept saying nobles and peasants wrong. So I always say nobles and peasants. So. But they were speaking English, so I shouldn't make fun of how they were saying it. But it's low key funny. So
They're speaking English with American accents.
yeah, low key funny.
So, Mia converts the royal palace into a children's center for orphans. An orphan place for orphans to do orphan things.
Dude, all the rich old stuffy dudes when they're like, "No, don't take away our castle." I was like, "Take a walk. Y'all are
Right?
idiots. I'm sick of
Don't-
you."
And then Mia has a bachelorette party. Kind of seems like the worst bachelorette party in history.
Here's the thing. really sucks that she has to invite children.
Yes.
If she could have pulled up with Raven and some of the older princesses, it would have been great. But she had to invite literal 5-year-olds.
Mhm.
Like, ew, I don't want to babysit on my bachelorette party.
And she does.
I know.
She literally does.
Princess Amy has to go potty, or whatever it is. Princess Amy. Whatever.
And-
That's an iconic line.
And then the silence afterwards so that no lines are missed while the audience is laughing so hard.
I cracked up. I said it and then I laughed. But the scene with the mattress surfing does sound really fun. It looks
Mattress
cool.
surfing sounds fun. That
Yeah.
was in every trailer.
Yes, as was the song. Be
Yeah.
your crowning glory. Yes, girl. Look it
Hi,
up.
that song sucks.
Dan, I'm hanging up.
That song is terrible.
Dan, I'm leaving this chat. I literally texted my maid of honor and my bridesmaids, and I said, so who's singing this at my first bridal shower this weekend? And they all knew. They said, I thought that was at the bachelorette party. I said, no, it's the combo bridal shower bachelorette party, so you have to sing it at my bridal shower. And they said, say less.
Oh my gosh.
So, Dan, you're entitled
I
to
need
your
to learn
wrong
the
opinion.
words.
What?
Do I need
Yeah.
to learn the words while you sing
Yeah,
it
do, for the
again at
Milwaukee
your
shower.
bachelorette party?
Yeah, you're Julie Andrews.
We have a similar voice.
Yeah, you're both sopranos, classically
Yeah.
trained. Yeah.
It's me, Julie Andrews.
Oh my god, is she here? Where are you hiding her?
A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. Brown paper packages tied up with string.
Dan, has anyone ever told you look like Julie Andrews?
Yeah, and they say that I sound like Prince Harry.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's what Prince Harry's singing voice is.
Oh my god, beautiful.
I'm Prince Harry.
Ooh, Meghan Markle's so
Prince
lucky.
Harry. Meghan Markle gets hated by my family.
Yes.
'Cause they're racist.
Were you silent or were you silenced?
Incredible.
Groundbreaking journalism by Oprah Winfrey.
So Chris Pine keeps trying to stop his uncle from being like, hey, we don't need to do this.
He's
We
like,
could
maybe
just
we relax.
Yeah. Daddy chill.
It's not that deep, Gimli.
And he's like, wait a second. You've got the hots for her You're feeling a little sweet. On Mia.
Ooh, I kind of like that phrasing. He is sweet on her. Ooh,
Mhm.
I got the you know, like when you're reading a romance novel and they start to admit that they like each other. You're like kicking your little feet. Is that something that only I experience?
No, I kick my little feet when I'm reading books.
Okay, but reading like the Frost Nixon book does not count.
Do you know how excited and cutesy I feel whenever the main character of the historical nonfiction book that I'm reading reveals themselves to be a terrible person?
You start blushing and kicking
I start
your
blushing
feet.
and kicking my feet, and I'm like, "Ooh!" I'm lying on my bed, feet up in the air,
Yes.
hair up in a towel, reading.
It's giving.
kicking.
What's the story? Morning glory.
Yeah.
What's the word?
So Mabry's like, yeah, go out with her. I'll use this as a way to ruin your chance of becoming queen.
You'll be ruined, which is stupid because his nephew is involved now. They're both involved. If that was me, I'd be like, you're sweet on her? Ah, slay. Let's go break up her marriage.
Mhm.
And you slide into her DMs.
And then we kill her. After
No,
she
no,
becomes queen and you
no.
become king.
After she gives you an heir, then we kill her.
Okay.
An heir of pure blood. Because, you know, he cares about that.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
Give her an heir of Jordan.
Oh, period.
Talk about the shoes.
I know.
Just give her
Just
a
a
pair
couple
of
of
shoes.
Jordans. Yeah.
Yeah. So they sneak out. And they dance by a lake, share secrets.
Romantic. They're snuggling. Ideal. Nothing to me is sexier than snuggling.
They take a walk to remember, some might say.
Oh, I dare you to move. Did you like my... Dang.
Yeah.
Dang. This movie was written for the cannot change my mind. Not the gays, like the eyes, the gays.
The female gays are lesbians.
Not the lesbians, the female gays.
Yes,
You know?
G-A-Z.
Oh my god. I mean, I'm sure the lesbians love it too. I hope they enjoy it. I'm sure they love a good film as much as anyone else. So.
High cinema. Yeah, so yeah, they just cuddle. That's it.
Ideal evening.
And then they wake up and, they're being filmed by a man in a boat.
My nightmare. Boats.
And Mia thinks that it's a setup to ruin her chances of becoming queen. She yells at Nicholas. Scandalous footage is being broadcast. Real scandal of people asleep in a park.
I mean, she's sleeping in a very romantic fashion. You don't sleep like that with your pals, you know? I would not be like, hey, guy friend, let's sleep under this tree while holding each other. Like, you know what I mean?
I sleep like that with the homies.
Me and the homies sleep back to back. No
Ass
butts
to
near
ass.
each other. Yeah. Full
Passing
moon.
gas and pushing each other further apart throughout the night with the force.
Yeah, farting so hard it comes out the other person's mouth.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
Ew.
I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me.
So Andrew, the prince that we've already forgotten about, he kisses Mia.
He's back.
He's disappointed in her. Okay, every suit that he wears throughout the movie, especially when compared to the suits that Chris Pine are wearing, they look great. He is dressed so well.
His
and I
suits are
think
fitted.
it's supposed to be an intentional, like, look at how stuffy this guy dresses. Look how old school he dresses.
No,
Well,
he looks
Chris Pine
crispy.
but Chris Pine is very 2004 suits and like
Yeah.
color combinations.
Yeah,
and they
I
don't
don't
look
like
good.
his suits. No, they're boxy on
Yeah.
his frame.
I don't know if you follow the menswear guy on Twitter.
Is he the guy that like tries on various
No.
different outfits? Okay, then no.
No, he doesn't try on anything. He goes like super in depth about menswear and like how to make clothes look good and like the history
no.
behind them.
This is a different guy that I follow that like shows you outfits that he can make with his stuff.
But watching this movie and seeing the two of them, it just felt like a comparison between the two that he would make. It was like, this one, Chris Pine, off the shelf, modern Brooks Brothers, not good.
Yeah, that's rough. He pulled up to the Brooks Brothers in the airport to get his clothes.
Yeah, buy one suit, get 14 free.
Yeah. God, none of them are tailored. Like,
They're all tailored to different lengths.
to different men. Yeah, it's whoever was working that day tailored it to themselves.
Yeah. Why is this sleeve 14 inches longer than the other one? I assume you're uneven.
You look like you got weird arms.
So Andrew kisses her. Is there a spark between them? Hell no.
Oh my god, he looks like he's kissing her, but like he thinks a kiss is smushing your teeth against the back of your lips so hard that your lips are pancaking together and your two front teeth hurt really bad.
Is that not what it is?
Last I checked, no. But he also was willing to still marry her even though she was cuddling in the park with another man. Which had me a little sad.
True man. Strong man.
Oh, that shit had me sad. I was crying.
They do agree to get married without having a spark between them, but it's for the good of Genovia.
I said, no, girl. No, your children will be beautiful. No.
Mia's mom comes by with her new husband, the teacher from the previous movie.
Mm-hmm. What's his name? Patrick?
Yeah, Patrick O'Connell.
Yeah.
Patrick O'Connell.
They really
Potatoes
said, let's roll the
O'Brien.
Irish- What's the most generic Irish name we can come up with?
My brother's name is the most generic Irish name you can come up with.
Which one?
Brian Patrick O'Keefe.
There it is. Proud father.
Yes. Very proud father.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
Cute kid.
Dan, respectfully, you looked so uncomfortable in those pictures. It's okay, because that's how I was when Arthur was born. And, now that he's older, it's not so weird because he can
And you don't have
his
to
own
hold him
head up.
anymore?
Yes.
Yeah.
And, he does bite now, though, so I am living in fear, but it's fine.
Is this a dog?
I'm scared. No, he is a child.
So Nicholas is like, I'm not going to go to the wedding. And then he gets told that
being a
the
little
scandal
sassy
was
poo-poo.
engineered by his uncle.
Why didn't he
So then-
suspect that? Why?
I don't
His
know.
ears not
Well,
open.
he's
How evil
dumb.
his uncle is? Clearly.
He's dumb. The only evidence that we have of him being smart-ish is when Mia is doing her archery practice, and he is reading a book.
Oh, let's talk about when he comes up behind her and he's like, "Touch your mouth." I was like, "Oh!" Sorry to the microphone where I just blew out everyone's ears. That part had me kind of like shook to my very core. I was like, "And I watched this as a child."
So before the wedding, Joe, the security guard, tells Mia that Nicholas is innocent, reveals it to her.
Oh, love it.
But the wedding's going on. She's walking down the aisle. She's making her walk to remember. And then she stops.
Dare you to move.
She's like, I can't do this. Runs out of the church.
The choir.
Mia's like, yeah, the choir stops. They don't know what to do.
They're iconic.
Mia's like, I don't want to be forced to marry. I want to marry for love.
Period, queen. Speak your truth.
And then she's like, yeah, follow your heart. I never did that. I never loved your grandfather.
Yeah, she's like, I became fond of him. He was my best friend. I was like, that's it? Like, did you enjoy him? Because I would say Gage is my best friend, and I am, in fact, fond of him. But I like looking at him, too. Like, let's be so very honest.
Right?
I want to be
That
with
does-
someone that I think is pretty to look at.
It does fit in with out-of-pocket stories that you hear from elderly relatives.
Yeah. The ones that are
just out of nowhere. It's like, you know, when I was growing up, I lived with a colony of hippies for 14 years. We didn't have clothes that entire time. And then your grandfather married me at 12.
Yeah, or the ones that are like, your grandfather kept calling me every night even though I said I wasn't interested, but he was persistent, and then he kept trying to kiss me even though I said no, but he wouldn't stop, so eventually I gave in, and now we're married.
Every time I went on a date with a different man, your grandfather would show up and punch him in the face. This went on for 3 years, and eventually I ran out of men, and so I guess he won.
I am grateful daily that my grandparents didn't have that kind of a origin story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right?
Like, thank you, Jesus, for giving me normal grandparent origin stories.
My grandparents were married when they were in their mid-20s, which was
I
old
can beat
at
you.
that time.
Yeah, I was gonna say my grandparents got married when they were 16 and 18 with my grandma's
Ooh,
my grandma's
wow.
father's permission. Yeah.
Wait, and you're grateful they don't have that weird story?
Well, they were young together. Like, they went to school together and lived near
That's
each other.
true.
So it's not like my grandpa was like, who's that sweet little 16-year-old over there? Like, it wasn't like that. It was,
You're 16, you're beautiful, and you're mine.
yeah, no, it was not that serious. It was not like that.
So Mia returns to the church. She points out, like, hey, Clarice has been queen for a while. She's not married.
Period. This is where I was like, this
Reconsider
is
the
timely,
law.
girl. She's saying,
Change
hey,
the
y'all,
laws.
don't force yourself to focus on a law that was made 1,000,000 years ago. Stop thinking like archaic people. Move on. Thank you.
What?
Also,
You think laws shouldn't control women?
I don't, Dan.
The woke left has gone too far.
Period. The woke left in what year? 2004?
Yeah. 20 years ago.
Goddamn.
So she's like, hey, Parliament, change the law. Would you force the women in your lives to marry without
That's
love?
literally when she started saying like what about your daughters and your nieces and whatever the fuck she was saying. I was like, damn, here we go with this argument again.
This argument again,
Stupid.
which, I mean, it's also, yeah, like, as a father of daughters and a son of mothers,
Oh, period.
that's such a dumb, like, qualifier to throw in there. You're allowed to feel things because you have empathy, or because you don't have to have some, like, oh, I only care about this because I have daughters. I only
Not
care about this
everything-
because I have a wife. You could just care about it because some things are good and some things
Yeah.
are bad.
You could say, hey, this doesn't apply to me. Like, for example, racism doesn't really affect me. People aren't calling me bad words. But I still know, hey,
Racism is bad.
it's bad. Don't do that.
right?
Like, it's wrong to hurt others.
But consider the profit you could make when you do.
No, thank you. I am good. I don't want that.
So Mabry's like, hey, why don't you name my nephew King? And Nicholas is like, no. He shows up and I'm like, don't want it. And then Mia proposes the law get abolished. Parliament's like, yeah, sure. Including Tom Poston, who earlier, the old man, was like, no, it's good.
Yeah, what was up with that? Suddenly his eyes have been opened. Like, he sat through this whole ordeal and he's like, wait, yeah, actually. I mean, I guess changing your mind is allowed, but it felt like he had no real reason to do it.
Well, I think it was, I've never listened to a woman before.
Yeah, he's like, silence, woman, a man is speaking. And then suddenly he's like, wait a second. Hold on. What if a woman is speaking? And I
What?
listen.
I'm gonna go die now.
Yeah, literally.
And then Clarice proposes to Joe, and they have their pistol wedding?
I don't know. They just get married.
Semi-automatic wedding?
Yep. Their AK-47 wedding. Everyone's getting married.
What do you had a Gatling gun wedding? Yeah.
Oh.
47 people said I do in half a second.
Mm.
So 1 week later, Mia's getting ready for her coronation. He bends his knee
Nice.
and says that he loves
that
her.
shit had me going crazy. I was feral on my couch. I was like,
You're
had me
screeching,
going animalistic.
hopping up and down.
I was reverting.
They kiss. Miracles happen. Miracles happen sung in Chinese also earlier in
I
the movie.
loved it. It was sensational.
And then Mia gets crowned Her Majesty Amelia Mignotti Thermopolis Rinaldi, Queen of Genovia.
Everyone's crying. Miracles happen once in a while.
And that's the Princess Diaries 2, at least all that I saw. According to the Wikipedia page, it says there's an epilogue that I did not watch. An epilogue shows the Genovian parliament now allows female members, one of whom is Charlotte. In the final scene, Queen Mia officially opens a new children's home with Carolina.
Yes. Yes.
Is that after the... When is that? Is that
It's like
between the
mid-credits.
credits?
Yeah.
Oh, I skipped to after the credits started playing, so that's why I missed it.
Dan.
Anyway, that's the Princess Diaries 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask your thoughts in a second. This movie is more fun to talk about than it was to watch.
I'm frowning.
I know. Actually, you're not.
No, I was. I just don't like frowning.
Hmm.
Because I never work those muscles. I'm usually smiling.
Get off
So-
your horse.
No. My horse and I ride into town, I guess.
What?
I don't know. I've never ridden a horse. I don't know where we're going.
Side saddle.
No. God, no. I need the stability. I need to be able to clench on with every part of my body.
Like, performances. They're all fine to good. Julie Andrews is mailing it in so hard, though.
Well, she said cut my check.
Right? Like, good for her. But
She said,
she's
give me my money.
not giving it
We're
her
done
all.
here. We're through here. Cut me my check.
Yeah, like, Anne Hathaway is great again. Chris Pine is fine. I don't know. He's hot. That's really all that he needed to be. Dialogue is fine. It's just the story is so blah. I'm just
I
so
thought it was
uninterested in
cute.
the story.
When he's never read a romance and only reads historical dramas.
Not true.
Name
Sometimes
a single
I
romance.
listen to them.
Okay, well, pardon.
Name
the
a
crap
single
out of me.
romance novel I've read.
Yes.
Does The Fault in Our Stars count?
Yes, I'll give it to you.
Then The Fault in Our Stars.
I'll give it to you. One romance.
I've never read a non-YA romance novel, though. Or teen
You're missing
romance
out.
novel. What was it? One Day? or Another Day or something, where the person changes bodies each day.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, but I
Yeah,
never
they
read
made a
that one
movie of
either.
it.
Yeah, I didn't really care for that one because it was too sad.
Oh, I liked it.
Too sad.
I only read it because the guy wrote a book with John Green.
Yeah, I like it better when everyone ends up happy.
Oh.
I like it when everyone ends up together and nobody dies.
Wow, we were just going opposites.
Yeah, no, I want
I
everyone
love-
to live.
I love something falling apart.
Oh,
I like
God.
watching the downfall.
No, I sobbed so hard the first time I experienced The Fault in Our Stars. I'm not proud, but it's true.
Oh, it's good. I get it.
Yeah.
We talked about this on our episode. Go back and listen.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, your thoughts on The Fault in Our Stars.
Oh God. Well, no, I loved this movie. I don't know. It's just a little slice of my memories. You know, it's just. Oh, excuse me. It's just cute. It reminds me of when I was little. It was always playing on Disney Channel. It's so quotable. Me and my friends still talk about it. Like it's a quintessential girl movie, and
Yes.
media and the people who rate movies and art hate girls, hate teenage and little girls. So
This feels like an attack on me.
no, not you, Dan. I'm talking specifically.
I also
about the
I
Academy.
can't say the opposite of what you just said because that would be
Period.
creepy as hell.
I love little. Dan, don't say that. This is like, I went once again my nephew's birthday party, and there were kids just like playing and whatever, and we were standing around talking, and we're like, I don't know, like if a parent has to go to the bathroom, I feel like it's creepy if I, as a childless adult, I'm just like, yeah, I'll watch your kids. Like,
I'll watch your kids.
I'll watch your kids.
Well, like, do you know, it's creepy, like, kids playing, like, on a playground. The sound of kids playing. That's wonderful.
Yes, of course.
Great.
Beautiful.
I
The
love
laughter
to
of
hear that.
children.
It is so creepy if I go and just hang out on a bench near a playground.
Yeah, whereas I feel like I could get away with that because I'm a woman. Like, if I went to the park and I had a book and it just happened to be near a playground, I would not get near as many looks as you would.
Yeah, I also go and I'm reading a full-size newspaper with holes cut out that I can peer through, wearing just a trench coat and nothing underneath. So that might also be why I keep getting these weird looks.
No. Okay, here's the thing, though. I also pictured you as a dog for some reason, so there was also a hole for your snout.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God, no. I get it though. Like it's just one of those things, you know. One of those things. Children are great, but it's creepy if I'm around. No, I'm kidding. I actually, like I said, I will say that's one thing that I do feel bad for guys whose hearts are in the right places about. Like you can't just, you know, be helpful with kids because people will be like,
Yeah.
oh, it's creepy.
I mean, it's also like I feel bad whenever I'm just like walking down the street and I'm walking past a woman or like there's a woman walking the other direction and they feel the need to like go to the other side of the sidewalk or something.
Yeah.
Or like actively distance themselves. Like that just makes me sad because I get
Yeah.
why they do it. It's just like it is sad that the world is that way that people feel the need to
Yeah, and I get
have to
nervous.
protect themselves like that.
I get nervous if a guy randomly is behind me or something, or like I was walking home from the Brewers game. I was doing something for work and I had to leave early, and there was a bunch of guys around, and I was walking by myself, and it was a bunch of young guys, and I got kind of spooked, and you know,
Yeah.
literally nothing happened. I think we made eye contact, and that's it. But I was so nervous because I was like, that's a group of men, and I'm by myself,
Yeah.
and I'm sure they were harmless, but you know how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, The Princess Diaries 2.
Feminist movie.
I have some trivia for you. We already talked about Breakaway.
Yes.
This was Julie Andrews' first public singing since her
remember.
surgery.
Yes, because people made a huge deal out of it. They were talking about it on Disney Channel. I remember Raven doing an interview talking about it and how like they even had to modify her voice a little bit just to make it sound the way it did because she was so like self-conscious about how she sounded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that was the first take when they recorded it. Like
Oh,
they're
so
lip syncing in the movie, but in the actual song recording, she did it's one take.
I love that.
Julie Andrews' granddaughter is one of the princesses mattress surfing.
Oh, that's cute.
The beginning of the movie, filming kept getting postponed for some reason that they never revealed.
Oh.
And Hector Elizondo, who plays Joe, he had to travel back and forth between the set of this and the set of Century City, which was a very short-lived TV drama. It is a science fiction legal drama.
Oh, no.
It had one season of 9 episodes, set in 2030. In 2030, oh, wow.
Okay, let's hear it.
Here's the prediction of 2030. In the year 2030, the United States has 52 states and universal health care. Oprah Winfrey
sorry, I just felt
is
this. Everything left
president.
my body.
Her vice president is an openly gay, retired, one-armed, 4-star U.S. Army general.
There's a lot going on there. I think we didn't need to do quite so many things in one box, but I get it.
The moon has been colonized.
Don't we fucking wish? That would be nice.
And then, this is the weirdest thing. Genes for homosexuality and deviant behavior have been discovered, but genetic engineering allows said genes to be deactivated. We haven't gotten to the weird part yet, which as a result has impacted the artistic community.
I don't like that they looped homosexuality in with deviant behavior. But there's a lot to unpack here. I don't know that I'm qualified to unpack it, but it's definitely here, and it needs to be unpacked. That's an interesting movie.
I want to watch this.
I'm interested, for sure.
It starred Nestor Carbonell.
I have no idea who that is.
Did you ever watch Lost?
Like 3 episodes.
Okay. Did you ever see The Dark Knight or The Dark Knight Rises? You have.
Yes,
He played
Dan.
the mayor.
Wish I could tell you I remember anything. I watched 1992.
And Viola Davis.
I watched a 1992 Dracula this past week, and I said, "Why do I recognize Gary Oldman?" What was he in? And Gage was like, "Are you kidding?"
What was Gary
like,
Oldman
no.
in?
Yeah, and he's like,
"Oh my god,
Batman, Harry Potter," and I was like, "Who was he in Harry Potter?" I could not pick this man off the street. He goes, "Sirius Black." I was like, "Oh my god, you're right. He's younger then." He's like, "That's how living works." So that's my life.
Oh my god.
In case you forgot, I don't know what actors look like. Loved that movie, by the way.
I haven't seen it. I can't comment on it.
Well, it's kind of horny and kind of rapey because it's Dracula and it's from
And
the
that's
dawn
why
of
you
time.
loved it.
No, I loved it because it's sad, which is contrary to what I said before.
What is happening? Pick a side.
I can't pick sides. I just like what I like and I dislike what I dislike.
There was a plan for a third Princess Diaries movie, but the critical reception halted those plans.
Oh. What was it supposed to be
And then Anne
about?
Hathaway, I don't know.
Okay.
Anne Hathaway thought that she was too old to play Mia.
What?
And then a third movie was announced in 2016, but it got canceled upon Gary Marshall's death. And then
Who's Gary Marshall, the director?
the director.
That's right. Sorry, I forgot. I knew you said it and I still forgot. Okay.
You're good.
Am I?
And then in 2018, Anne Hathaway said she would like to be in a third movie. In 2019, she said that a script was completed and she and Julie Andrews were on board. And then in 2022, Disney said it was making a third movie. And then in April 2024, Anne Hathaway said the development talks surrounding the sequel were in a good place, but no further announcements would be made yet.
Well, my breath is bated, so...
And that was on her press tour for her new movie, The Idea of You? I
Oh,
think is what
that
it's called.
movie was good. I tell you that much.
Horny.
That was a good movie. That was a horny movie.
Anna, would The Princess Diaries 2, The Royal Engagement be better or worse than the same with Jonathan Taylor Thomas as Nicholas?
Worse. This is made for Chris Pine. He's so sexy in it.
Yeah.
I have to say it. Yeah.
Like, you need whatever 2004 heartthrob.
Mm-hmm. It's got to be. And, it helped that it was somebody who was just starting out, too, because I think, like, if they'd put somebody too big in it, it would have been overshadowing. But since it was somebody who's starting out, beautiful man. It was great.
Of the Hollywood Chris's, Chris Evans would have already been too big for this. Chris Pratt wouldn't have worked because he was playing the dumb funny guys.
Absolutely cannot stand the man.
Chris Hemsworth wasn't born yet, so it had to be Chris Pine. Australians are born full adults.
Oh, got it. Thank you so much.
They hatch out of kangaroos.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. Jimmy Stewart as the Viscount.
Mm-hmm.
It'd probably be the same. John Rhys Davies is a good actor.
Okay. Yeah, I would agree.
Trying to think of a quote or remember a quote that he says in the movie.
No quotes.
No quotes. Well, I'm going to scare her with a snake.
Yes.
Take her on a fancy.
Yes.
On a scale of 1 to 5, poor little orphans. What do you give The Princess Diaries to?
5 orphans on vibes alone.
Jesus.
Isn't everything on vibes?
I just want to point out, you give The Princess Diaries 2 5 out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
I think you gave Taxi Driver a 3.5.
And I stand by what I said.
Actually, I think your Taxi
I'm
Driver
sorry,
rating
I
was
wasn't-
much lower.
I'm sorry I wasn't moved to kill the president after I watched it, Dan.
I was moved to kill the president after watching this.
You want to kill the president.
So you want to kill a president?
That's a deep cut. Anyone listen to Assassins? I would say listen to the Ethan Slater one. He has fallen from grace, but it is still a very good.
Does he do it in the
rendition.
SpongeBob voice?
You want to kill a president. I can't do SpongeBob voice. He does sound exactly the same.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, because he's the it's John Wilkes Booth.
Yeah,
Balladeer. That's the word.
the bando.
Yes. The bando bra.
You're gonna yell at me. I give The Princess Diaries 2 a Princess Diaries 2.
You suck butt. But it's fine.
Do I suck butt or do I burp out farts?
No, you're sucking butt.
What's better, this or the first one?
This one.
Wow.
This is a classic case. The second movie's better than the first.
Disagree.
Classic case.
Just disagree.
Damn. This is why you suck butt.
Okay. Do you have anything else to add about the movie?
No, I was
Not
taken
sucking
away
butt.
on a ride of joy, whimsy, fun, and adventure. And cute boys. All my favorite things. That's all I have to say.
Fun, whimsy, and adventure, and cute boys. These
yes.
are a few of her favorite things. That is it for this week's episode of In Conclusion. Next week, we will be coming back with The Karate Kid.
Cannot wait. This is why I romanticize carnivals.
The original Karate Kid, not the Jaden Smith one.
Never say never.
If you want to support us, we are on social media on Facebook and Twitter at And In Conclusion, on Instagram at In Conclusion Podcast. We're on Patreon at patreon.com/inconclusion. I am on Twitter at DanO'Keefe86 and on TikTok at NotDanO'Keefe. Anna, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at OptimusPrime818. You can find me on Twitter at OutobotsRoll. Capital O, Auto, capital P, Bots, capital F, roll, and O, and roll, and O, and out are zeros. Woo.
Like I said, we'll be back with The Karate Kid. In the meantime, everybody stay safe and have fun. Bye-bye.
Bye. I know some things. I know when shit ain't right.